Welcome to the Bos Auto Show. Buying or selling your vehicle during the pandemic is certainly different, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Owner of Bos Auto Sales in Quincy, Paul Hu, has years of experience, knowledge, and stories to share with you. Find out what the local car market is like and what you can do to help secure yourself the best deals. Join in on Paul's discussion with our moderator, Gloris Liu.
Good afternoon. I'm your moderator for the Bos Auto Show season. With me is the owner of Bos In's agency in Quincy, Vicky Ye. She will be answering questions for us over the next 45 or so minutes about car insurance. You can visit Bos Auto website at www.bosautogroup.com. It is BOSAUTOGROUP. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This month, Bos Auto has a lot of special deals that we post on social media. Do not miss them. Follow at Bos Auto. If you missed our previous episodes, you can always find it online. Google Bos Auto Show podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform. Hi, Vicky. Welcome to the Bos Auto Show. How are you today?
Hi, how are you? Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Before we get started, can you introduce yourself a bit to our audience?
So I'm the owner of Bos Insurance Agency. We are a local independent insurance agent that located in Quincy. We do car and home insurance majority, and then we do some of the commercial insurance as well.
Cool. When did you start Bos Insurance Agency and what got you into this business?
I started in 2018. So during my whole college life, I interned in a insurance company in downtown. And then after I graduated, I was like trying to figure out what should I do. And then so I was like, why not just start my own insurance agency? And then this costed everything. And then this is our second year right now and going smooth and pretty well.
Cool. So Vicky is gonna share her experience regarding the car insurance with us. For an accurate quote and professional advice, you can always visit Bosin's website at bosins.com. Again, it is BOSINS.com. The first thing to know, it may sound like a silly question, but it's still worth to ask. Is auto insurance mandatory in Massachusetts?
Yes, auto insurance is mandatory in Massachusetts, and then compared to some other states like New Hampshire, you can do self-insurance. But in Massachusetts, you are required to get minimum $20,000 and liability per person, and then $40,000 liability per accident, and then for personal property you are required to contain minimum $5,000.
I see. Do I have to buy insurance if I'm leasing a car?
Yes, you will, and you will need to get higher liability for a lease car. That will be at least $100,000 per person, and then $300,000 per accident liability for a leasing car.
And also including those car rental, like for short terms, right?
Yes.
Who should be listed as a driver? Like, for example, since I'm living with an unrelated roommate, are we supposed to add each other's name to our policies?
This is actually really depends on different carrier or you say insurance company. For some insurance company, they will require all household to be listed in the same policy, like parents, child. And then some insurance company, they will need to have you to list how many people you have in your house total. That will be included underage children or your roommate. So this is really dependent on the carrier. So I will suggest everyone to double check with your insurance carrier to make sure you have the right things listed on your policy.
Okay. And what would happen if an uninsured driver drives my car?
If the person has your permission to drive the car, so that will be your insurance will definitely cover it. If the person doesn't have your permission to drive the car, It will depend on your insurance company. There's some of the insurance company will still cover the loss, but some of them might decline the claim.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we don't want to see. And another question is that what determines my insurance monthly premium?
There's a lot of factor of this. For some of the comments that will affect the premium, for example, is the driving years of experience, your address. Yes, so different town has a different premium that will affect your insurance. And then your driving record, for example, if you have any like accident or violation in the past, that will affect your premium. And then different type of vehicle. SUV always has the lower premium compared to like a convertible car, or sometimes maybe will the insurance premium will lower than a sedan because insurance company think SUV is more safer to drive. And then another thing will be the coverage limit. The higher limit that will have a higher premium. The lower limit, of course, will have a lower premium.
Yeah, you mentioned somehow the monthly premium is affected by the area you're living in, like the zip code. And what is the reason behind that?
Because different zip code or different town, they have a different higher risk or lower risk of crime ratio. So this is a very important factor that insurance company will think. If like your car parked on the street, it might got destroyed by some other person. This will cause, if like you live in an unsafe town, of course that the car is more easily to get damaged by some other people. So it will have a higher rate in certain town.
I see. Can you name some area or towns that have highest rate in Massachusetts?
So the most higher rate in Massachusetts will be like Dorchester, Revere,
Also Austin?
Everett, yeah. Austin is kind of safe though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But especially in those crowded places.
Yeah, Roxbury, something. Yeah.
I see. And what is an insurance deductible?
Insurance deductible we can think is out of pocket value. So for example, you get into an accident and then it was your fault. You want to repair your vehicle, you will need to pay certain amount of deductible, and then the rest the insurance company will cover it. So the common deductible we have usually is 500 or 1,000. And then if your car is got damaged by a unknown party, so for example, like you park on the street and then it got damaged by some people that you don't know, you still will need to pay a deductible. And then if some other person got into an accident with you and it was the other party's fault, the insurance company will reimburse the deductible to you.
Okay, I see. And another question is that when I was shopping for a car, friends told me to avoid red color ones because they make my insurance bills more expensive. Is that true?
It really depends on different company. Some of the different company, they might determine the insurance premium by color because they might think red is kind of like a very sharp color on the street and then it will easy to get into an accident. It really depends on carriers.
And do ladies usually pay less than guys on car insurance?
Well, as I see right now, I don't see it too much different, but it does sometimes maybe depends on, like I said, depends on different insurance carrier because different carrier has their own rate calculation and different rate factors. For maybe in this insurance company, this is a very big factor to them, but maybe in another company, it might be just the same.
Okay, and how about credit scores?
Yes, so insurance will determine, there is a called insurance score. It's different as your credit card credit score. But if you have any like non-payment before or lack of insurance, you will get a very, very low insurance score, and this will affect your insurance premium really big.
And when we shop for insurance plans, do insurance company pull our credit score or our credit history?
No, they don't. They don't get your credit score like the regular credit card credit score. They don't, but they will get your driving record and then your insurance score from your license. There is like nationwide insurance credit score company, and then insurance company will get it from them.
So insurance companies share the history and the record with each other?
Yes, they will, for any accident you had or any claim that you had made, they will upload it to nationwide. Every single company can see it if you're shopping for insurance quotes in the future.
And can I get to choose the insurance coverage? Like what is complimentary that I have to choose when I'm shopping for a plan?
Yes, of course you can get different type of coverage. So like I said earlier, in Massachusetts, the minimum coverage you need to get is $20,000 per person and $40,000 per accident for liability, and then personal property will be $5,000 at least. We don't usually do that low for our customer. We usually suggest higher liability and higher personal property just to protect our customers.
Yeah, I see. And for those optional coverage, what would you recommend to choose?
I would say it depends on the different customers, their background. Like for example, some of the homeowners we definitely suggest them get higher liability, like at least 100,000 and 300,000, and then personal property at least 100,000 per accident. And then if you have like you have some rental property, and then you have another home that you live in, you have like at least 2 cars, you can definitely get higher than this. And then if like for some people that they don't own a home and they just have 1 car and they drive very safe, so we will suggest them at least like 50,000 per person, and then 100,000 per accident for liability, and then the same 100,000 personal property per accident.
Yeah, and if my car runs into an accident, what am I supposed to do?
So first of all, make sure everyone is safe, like no injury. If like there's some injury, of course, call 911. And then to see if the car is still drivable. If no, call the towing company to tow the car. If yes, and then we will take as much as information you can get from the other party, like license number, registration, address, phone number, and then the vehicle year, make, model, and then sometimes maybe the owner and the driver are different person. Then make sure take down the owner's phone number and the owner's information. And then if the car is still drivable, then you can, after you get all this information, you can just drive from the scene. And then make sure if there's any witness at the scene. If no, then you can drive home, and then when you're safe, just call the insurance company to file the claim.
Great. I'm Season along with Vicky Ye, and we'll have more Bos Auto Show in less than a minute, here on 95.9 WATD.
So, you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle? Buy it at Bos Auto. Bos Auto in Quincy has a fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles, both luxury and economic. BMW, Audi, and Porsche, Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. They search nationally for the very best vehicles so you can drive home with the best value. And right now at Bos Auto, you can get behind the wheel of the pre-owned vehicle of your dreams with affordable finance rates, maybe even lower than 3. That's right, meaning just a few $100 a month. Visit BosAutoGroup.com, BOSAutoGroup.com, and check out their huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. They'll buy your car, take your trade, or even work on consignment. Bos Auto has an incredible lineup of domestic and foreign vehicles, even rare finds like Ferrari. Search online and see for yourself why you should book your next car buying experience with Bos Auto. They're open for appointments Monday through Friday, 10 to 7. Book yours at BosAutoGroup.com, BosAutoGroup.com.
I'm Season, your moderator, continuing our discussion with Vicky Ye here on the Bos Auto Show. You can visit Bos Auto website at www.bosautogroup.com. It's BOSAUTOGROUP. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Bos Auto. If you missed our previous show, you can always find it online. Google Bos Auto Show podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform. For those who has just joined us, today we are talking about auto insurance. For an accurate quote and professional advice, you can always visit Bosin's website at bosins.com. Again, it is BOSINS.com. So speaking of this Bosins agency, when you were firstly started the agency, is there any story to share? And I know it must been very hard to start a insurance agency when you were very young.
Yes, so when I started, we literally have like 0 customers, and then we need to go for a different insurance carrier to get appointed by them, because like the more company that we get appointed, the more quote we can give it to our customers. It was really hard at the beginning. Because most of the insurance carrier, they don't take agency that has less than 3 years experience. But since I had like prior experience with insurance company in my personal, so some of the insurance company, and then after look up our business plan, and then they did give us some chance. So until now, that for in less than 2 years, we represented over 10 insurance company right now. So I think, and then we have over almost over 1,000 customers already. So I think it's a really big change to us, and then it was a really big challenge at the beginning, but we get through it.
Yeah, and what do you think is the hardest parts of your entrepreneur's path?
I think the hardest part was at the beginning, I didn't have any staff helping me. So I basically did everything by myself, like form quoting, customer service, and then billing, claim, everything. And then when we getting bigger, I have staff helping me. So it's like, so I can get more customer now. And then I will have people to do customer service at the end for me. So it was really hard at the beginning though.
Cool. I know it must been very hard for you, and especially when you have a kid. Do you think it's hard to balance your work and life?
I mean, when I first started, I didn't have a baby yet, so it was fine at the beginning. And then now, the company is getting smoother, and then I have a baby, so it's not hard to balance. But well, sometimes so like during this pandemic time, I work at home, and then so my baby is like I have a babysitter to help me. So, but like she's like at 2, so she's like mommy all the time. So sometimes I need to hide in the basement to work in order to prevent her to disrupt my phone call.
Oh, work in the basement.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know it. This year, everybody is experiencing something difficult in pandemic situation. How does the pandemic situation influence your work and your company?
Well, so like during the stay-at-home time, a lot of people that if like for some of the customer, they have 2 cars. A lot of them, they did sell one of the car, or they lower their coverage because they don't drive the car at all. And then we do have some quite amount of international student customers. So those people, they just sold their car and then go back to their own country. And this caused us like the business go down a bit though.
Yeah, and has it been better after the whole reopening period?
Yes, it's definitely a little bit better since people needs to go back to work, so they're like increase their coverage back, and then we do have a lot of people buying house now, so we do have a lot of homeowner insurance going on.
And is there any change that you make to your agency in order to better welcome the new situation?
Well, we move everything online now. So, for example, we have like zero walk-in customers just in case like people don't want to come in or avoid this situation. If people like they can just call in or quote on our website, or they can also text us to our company phone number. They can process endorsement or submit a quote request and policy change request online, and then we will get it back as soon as possible, and everything just online now.
Yeah, moving everything online is definitely a big project. Would you say this is like a future trend of the industry?
Yes, so like right now a lot of people they hate calling or they hate waiting on the phone call. A lot of people, like for example myself, if I can text, I will avoid calling. If I can email, I'm like, no, I'm not calling this company. I don't want to wait like an hour online. So I think texting and emailing or using some message app is definitely help the business a lot, and it save us time, save the customers time.
Yeah, and for this COVID-19 pandemic situation, are there any support from the big insurance companies for those who have difficulties in paying bills? Yeah.
Yes. So for all of the company that we represented, they all have from 15% to 20% insurance premium rebate. So they will do May and June, these 2 months, 2 months insurance premiums, 15 to 20% refund back to the customer, and then they definitely extended billing deadline the deadline of the payment. Most of the insurance company they extended to 2 months from the due date. This has helped the customer a lot, and then I see that from most of the customer they really like this plan.
Yeah. Did you personally help any customer with the paying difficulties, or is there any personal stories to share?
Yes, so we do have some customer, they are like Uber drivers. So during the pandemic, they don't have any like work, and then so most of them, we help them is to extend the payment deadline. This has actually helped them a lot, and then most of them, they really appreciate what the insurance company options that gave it to them.
Okay, it's good that you're helping those people with disadvantages. And let's continue the questions about car insurance. When I purchased my insurance, I paid for a year's coverage. Does it mean commitment? Say, if I'm selling my car soon, can I cancel my plan at any time?
What people usually get for insurance is either 6 months or 12 months is a contract. So if you want to change insurance company in the middle, you definitely can, but like your old insurance company will charge a certain amount of cancellation fee. Most of the company, they charge whatever the unused premium, 5% of them. So for example, you canceled it in the middle of your policy, your contract, and then the rest of the 6 months insurance premium, and then the insurance company will charge 5% of them as a cancellation fee. And then, like we said it earlier, car insurance is mandatory in Massachusetts. If you're gonna sell your car soon, like after you sold your car, you need to cancel your registration, which is your the plate. And then after you cancel your registration, just send it to your agent or your insurance company to cancel your insurance. That will be fine. And then whatever premium you paid after the cancellation will be refunded back to you. And of course, they will also charge a cancellation fee.
Yeah, I see. So it's better to pay the insurance bills accordingly, like plan accordingly. Um, and nowadays, many people buy plans online directly from insurance companies like Geico. What would you say are the advantages of buying plans through an agent?
There's like I would have to say there's pros and cons from buying from an independent agent. First of all, let's say the good things about it. Agents always knows your need. Like we ask the customers basic question of like, are you a homeowner or do you have any kids or how many cars do you have? So the agent will make sure you have the right amount of coverage. And then as a independent agent, we represent the different carriers. Like I said, we have over 10 insurance company right now. So we can shop around for you instead of you need to like quoting by yourself online one by one. I think like after the third insurance company you quoted online, you will get frustrated. And then the agent can help you with any issue you have, like policy issue or claim or any like billing question you have, instead of you call the insurance company directly and then waiting online, waiting for the phone call to pick up for like half hour. And then for online insurance, when you're quoting online, most of the insurance company, they usually the first thing they show that on the premium page, they usually show the standard coverage, which can make the premium very low because the coverage is usually lower than what we quoted for the customer. So this is kind of like you need to customize it by yourself, and a lot of people, they don't know what are those coverage are, so they just see, oh, the premium is low and then it's very low, I will pick this one, and they don't even know what they're buying. And agent knows our carrier, like what carrier we represent. We know what kind of carrier, like what type of customers. So for example, if you have a home, then we will put you to this carriers because they will have a the very low premium with homeowner. If you have motor cars, there's some other carriers that they have very big motor car discount. Like we know what the carriers want, and then we know what is the best fit for the carriers.
Okay, thank you. I'm Season along with Vicky Ye, and we'll have more Bos Auto Show in less than a minute here on 95.9 WATD.
So, you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle? Buy it at Bos Auto. Bos Auto in Quincy has a fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles, both luxury and economic. BMW, Audi, and Porsche, Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. They search nationally for the very best vehicles so you can drive home with the best value. And right now at Bos Auto, you can get behind the wheel of the pre-owned vehicle of your dreams with affordable finance rates, maybe even lower than 3. That's right, meaning just a few $100 a month. Visit bossautogroup.com, BOSAutogroup.com, and check out their huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. They'll buy your car, take your trade, or even work on consignment. Bos Auto has an incredible lineup of domestic and foreign vehicles, even rare finds like Ferrari. Search online and see for yourself why you should book your next car buying experience with Bos Auto. They're open for appointments Monday through Friday, 10 to 7. Book yours at bossautogroup.com, bossautogroup.com.
I'm Season, your moderator, continuing our discussion with Vicky Ye here on the Bos Auto Show. You can visit Bos Auto website at www.bossautogroup.com. It's BOSAUTOGROUP. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Bos Auto. If you missed our previous episode, you can always find it online. Google Bos Auto Show podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform. For those who just joined us, today we are talking about auto insurance. For an accurate quote and professional advice, you can always visit Bosin's website at bosins.com. Again, it is BOSINS.com. Okay, yeah, continuing our previous questions, and I wonder, how does an independent agency operate? You say you represent those carriers?
Yes, so we are independent agents, so we get appointed directly from the insurance company, and then we quote for them, and then we have the right to bind the policy for customers. Some customer, they might wondering, do you guys charge fee? No, we don't. Like, none of the independent agent will charge you a penny because we get commission directly from the insurance carriers.
So how do you guys make money?
Yeah, like I said, we get commission from the insurance company.
Okay, and nothing from the customers?
No, there's some like insurance agent, they will say, oh, I will need to charge you application fee. Like, don't believe that. That's fraud.
Oh, okay. So if I'm being charged by an application fee by the insurance agency, I should not use them.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And also, is there any stories you would like to share with us about some like interesting or funny things in your work experience?
I would not say funny things. Like, one of our customer last week or 2 weeks ago, he was driving in downtown and then got into a shooting things. I think it was all over the news. And then he was right next to it, and then he was hiding behind his car, and then his car got shot, and then is all the blown holes on his car right now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So he just happened to be there.
Yes, I think he was like, I don't know what he was doing there.
So did insurance company help with him?
Yes, we are going through the investigation right now. He definitely has the police report from the police, and then because the car was damaged so bad, so the insurance company might go through a total loss from right now.
So take him for an example. What happened next, as the insurance company has claimed the car is a total loss, and then what's the next?
Well, the insurance company will determine the value of the car right now, like by the mileage, the year, make, and model, and then any previous damage on the vehicle, and then they will give a amount of the claim of the payment to the customer, and then if the customer agree with the value, and then the insurance company will just get a check to them, and then they will tow the car away, and then have the customer have the title signed it to the insurance company, and then the insurance company will get the car from them.
And does usually insurance companies usually select the repair shops for the customer?
Yes, they don't select it for the customer, but they will have their like priority list to the customer for the customer to choose. Like, we can say, compared to a insurance preferred list to a regular like body shop that you choose. For the preferred list, you always can get the best repair from the insurance company, because that's the preferred list the insurance company has. And if there's anything you are unsatisfied, or you think they didn't repair it well, you can always go back to the body shop, or have the insurance cover that. If you choose your own body shop that is not have a contract with the insurance company, you will be the person for any risk for after repair. For example, if the body shop didn't repair it well, that will be your choice.
So I can still get to choose my favorite repair shop, right?
Yes, and there's another thing is a lot of people don't know. They always want to repair their car at the dealership, like the new vehicle dealership. But most of the dealership, they don't repair collision vehicle because they are not a licensed repair shop. They can do like warranty things like maintenance, oil change, or all those kind of stuff, but not collision accident repair.
I see. And with the current situation, people might suspect another lockdown or stay-at-home order would be enacted soon due to the worsening situation of COVID-19. What would you suggest, what to do in this new situation?
For the insurance side, what I usually suggest our customer before is if you have like 2 cars at home, you can leave one car as whatever coverage it has right now, like the higher coverage. And then if you really need to go out, like go to the market or something, you can drive this car. And then for the other car, that you can just lower the coverage as low as you can, and then don't drive it, and then just have it sit it at home, and then you can lower your premium for like couple months. That can save you some money.
Yeah, and do you have any like personal plans regarding the worsening COVID-19 situation?
Well, we might just like now we are work at home, and then if any customer wants to go into the office, we go by appointments, and then we process everything online or through phone calls.
Yeah, and for buying insurance, is it a good idea to buy plans from a smaller local insurance company than those big ones like Progressive, Geico?
I think it really depends. Sometimes the local company might have a better rate because they're local. They know the area. But sometimes but they might process things very slow because they're small, so they don't have that much of stuff. Like we have customer complain that small local company, their process claim very, very slow. So
how slow was that?
Well, it might take like a week or two for insurance adjuster to come over to look at the car, and then after that they need the appraisal, and then process the check, and then everything. And then so we have customer they choose to switch to like those nationwide company instead of like a local small company.
So what would be the advantages of choosing nationwide companies other than better efficiency?
So I think the best thing is they process everything so quick. Like some of the company they can process the claim online or through their apps. Like you don't need to wait for the insurance company or the adjuster to come over. You can just take photos from your phone and then upload it to the app, and then they can just process the claim or everything. And then for some of the local company, they have customer service online is only from like 8 to 5. But most of the nationwide company, they have customers on the phone 24/7. So if anything happens suddenly, you can just call your insurance company or you can call your agent.
Yeah, and would you suggest people to buy home insurance and car insurance together as a bundle, or is better to buy them separately?
Yes, definitely to bundle that, because every single company, they love bundle policy, so they will give a certain amount of multi-policy discount. This can save you like 10 to 15% from your insurance premium.
And what if I'm like my current car insurance is with a smaller local insurance company, and do you think it's better to have the home insurance with them or choose another nationwide company?
I think it really depends on what you want. If you want like a lower premium, you definitely can compare how the premium's different. And then if like the premium is around the same, I would suggest use a nationwide company. Why not? Because like better customer service, fast response, and then the better coverage sometimes might be. So it really depends on what you want around this.
Yeah, And if I'm with a small local insurance company and I'm traveling out of state, like I'm involved in an accident, does it matter? Would I be in trouble because I'm using a local company?
Usually no, but it really depends on your insurance company's requirement. Some of them will allow you to travel up to 180 days per year if outside of Massachusetts. But some company they might, if like you're outside of Mass more than 3 months or a month, then they might want you to get the coverage locally. So it really depends on what your insurance company says and on the contract.
And what are some key points to compare when we are shopping for plans and comparing between each companies? What should we look at?
Well, of course, the thing is coverage. So if like you're quoting online by yourself and then you have an agent quote it for you, compare the coverage are the same. And then there's another discount is like payment plan. If you can like do a 2 months a year or like paid in full for the whole year, it might can give you a big discount as well. And then for another thing will be I would say you can like look at the customer service rating online to see which company might has like a better customer service. This will be like a good example of choosing the best insurance company for yourself.
Yeah, and according to your experience, what insurance companies would you say have the best customer service?
Oh, well, I mean, it's really hard to say because for some insurance company, they have really bad insurance in Massachusetts, but they have good rating in other states.
I see.
And then some of them has like good rating outside, but they just came into Mass right now, and then all the rating are really good.
Good. Guys, if you are looking for an accurate quote and professional advice, you can always visit bosins.com. Again, it is BOSINS.com or call them at 617-481-1107. It is 617-481-1107. And where is your agency located exactly?
We are in 21 McGarth Highway, Suite 401, Quincy, Mass. 02169.
Yeah, it's 21 McGrath Highway, Suite 401, Quincy, Massachusetts, 02169. Thank you for being here with us today, Vicky. It's time to say goodbye to our audience.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning into 95.9 WATD. We'll be there at the same time next Saturday. If you missed our show, you can always find this episode online. Google Bos Auto Show podcast and listen to this episode anywhere, anytime.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bos Auto Show. Come back next week after the news at noon here on 95.9 WATD.